So the question is, if a woman's voice is heard by men, does it become haram? This issue is often greatly distorted. Women talk to everyone. For example, when it comes to talking to a certain gentleman, it is considered part of a woman's privacy. Look, that gentleman even looked me in the eye while talking to me. He did this, he did that. The same thing happened to us and our other group neighbors came over, right? Women? Now, when I'm talking to Mr. Tahir and I look at you, do you feel happy or uncomfortable?
I feel happy.
Well, if I were to talk to you while looking at that part of your body, would you feel uncomfortable? I mean, who am I supposed to look at, right? Where should I look? At their eyes or what? The gaze of the Sheikh is mercy. His words are healing. They said the teacher is good and all, but he looks us in the eyes when he talks. That's what they said. Well, I'll be damned. Didn't I say, isn't this private? I said just one to the neighborhood. So the slipper seller comes around with his wheelbarrow. Could I have bought the 5 lira slippers for 4 lira? She chats with the slipper seller for an hour, bargaining over 1 lira. There's nothing private or anything about that. You go to the market, you go to the bazaar, you see me at the marketplace. How am I supposed to buy a kilo of leeks with just 2 bunches of parsley from you? She's haggled and bargained as if she's found a real buyer. There's nothing wrong with that. But when she sees Mehmet Hoka, suddenly it becomes a matter of privacy. What am I supposed to do? One day they came like this. You know, I asked and ruled on it. They had some issue, so I was talking to them. I got upset, you know, because they said this. That sister of ours was sitting over there, so I started talking while looking in another direction. How uncomfortable they got. I said, let us excuse ourselves, teacher. What happened? They said, you're not looking at our faces. I said, but when I look at your faces, you complain about that too. Look at that. What is this? When I look someone in the face, it shows I value that person. If I talk to Mr. Tahir looking at a crane, would that be right? Look, they're saying, let us excuse ourselves. I said, see, they got upset. Why should I look into your eyes? I said, I look because I consider you a person of value. Unfortunately, that's the kind of people we are. A woman's voice is not forbidden to a man, but speaking in a way that is inappropriate, that would lead a man to improper thoughts, that is forbidden. For example, I go to the grocery store, right? Someone elderly like me. He could say Salaam alaikum as if he were your father or uncle. Now, it's not appropriate for a man to greet a woman he doesn't know. Isn't it our mother Aisha to Hazrat Faisal Karani? Did she respond? If it were forbidden for the Prophet's wife, she wouldn't have spoken. The messenger of Allah spoke in the mosque. Look at that. Now, these blessed people, their rank is higher than that of our mother Aisha. They talk to the cobbler. There's nothing wrong with that. When they see Mehmet Haja, they come to their close relative. May Allah guide our hearts.